morning, Marco Island. This is the Good Morning Marco podcast. This is so cool right now. I am one of your hosts, Ryan Sullivan.
And I'm Jordan Kraley.
And today we are recording our end of summer episode. We are here at Mackle Community Park. We are doing a little bit of a list, some ideas, because the day this comes out is going to be the last day, or the last Monday before school starts. Mm-hmm. So we've got a whole 7 days, I believe, until... So I think school starts Monday the 10th,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, the 10th, August 10th.
Okay, so this should be coming out on, I think, Monday the 2nd? I'm not entirely certain exactly what day of the week it is. That wouldn't make sense. I think Monday the 3rd. And so, there's a ton of things to do, a lot more than I thought that there would be. But real quick... What do you think about our recording location right now, Jordan?
It's very interesting. Looking at the door to Mackle Park.
Oh, well, I was more so saying that it's currently raining behind us right now, and we are outside.
We're like storm chasers.
We outside.
Has anybody seen the new Twisters movie?
I have not.
I haven't yet. I really want to. Have you seen the old Twister?
No, all I remember about Twister is the fact that I went to Universal Orlando when I was a kid, and I got too scared in the line for the Twister ride that my dad ended up getting out of line with me. Because I saw the cow fly over, because in line there's a moment where the cow flies over, and that freaked me out, so I decided not to go.
Fair.
So,
and
fair. I have not seen the movie. So, Jordan, you grew up on the island. What was some of your favorite things to do over summer break, or whenever you had a weekend to yourself?
Well, for summer, I would probably say I loved going to all the different events that Mackle Park had, or that some of the churches had. You know, like the little camps. Mm-hmm. I also really enjoyed going to the beach. They used to do a bunch of different events over at like Residence Beach, which was cool. Other than that, just kind of whatever the island really had to offer.
Wow, it's coming down. We were about to record this episode about 5 feet that way. And initially, when Jordan's like, we should probably record under there. And I'm like, no, I have faith.
And I was like, hey, by the way, it's going to rain in 10 minutes according to the radar.
And I was like, no. Oh, dang it. Wait, no. But,
no. I said.
Yeah. I said no, but you know what? I just realized that's the first these people are being introduced to this. We recorded next week and the week after's episode before this today. So.
We found a new effect.
Yeah, no, I found my reverb
Ryan's
on my board.
Obsessed.
I love it. I really do. But so me growing up on the island, I wasn't really that online when I was a young kid. I don't think we got a family computer until 2012. So like elementary school, I spent a lot of time indoors playing with my Godzilla figures, and Gamera figures as well. Reference to podcast numero uno. Yeah, but so most of the time I live about a 6-minute walk from here, not even. So I live smack dab in between Mackle Park and Winterberry Park, which has made my childhood incredible, being able to just straight up go to the park whenever I dang pleased as a kid. I never went to any of the camps at Mackle Park. I never went to Camp Mackle.
That's true. I don't think I've been to Camp Mackle per se, but I've been to some of the like church camp ones.
Right. Yeah, I did quite a few of the VBSs growing up, which actually one of the things that I got sent on Facebook, because I put a little call out on Facebook to any of the Facebook moms on what was it called? Marco Island moms, asking them what they're doing with their final week of summer. And someone let me know there is a VBS at Christ the King Church that is starting tonight, it looks like, or August 5th. August 5th through the 9th. So it's going to be from 5:30 to 8:30 each night for anyone in elementary school. So all kindergarten through 5th graders. And I can put a little graphic up right there. And so no, because what just happened is, so here, let me wipe that away. So what happened was I put this out and then I flicked the back of the phone and then it popped up on the screen.
That is sick. Look at you and your little magic tricks.
Yeah, no. You haven't seen the owl episode yet, have you?
I've not. No.
Okay. Yeah. When I grabbed the owls out of the air. Sorry for all of the audio listeners today. I'm having a little bit of fun in the editing booth. So, Jordan, you did a little bit of research on some things to do on Marco for all the youngins, for the youths out there. What was some of the things that you found?
So Marco is very small.
Right.
But there are a lot of kind of hidden gems.
Okay.
So I've realized that a lot of people don't realize that there's a mini golf place on the island.
I feel like that's a thing that people know about. I think that's kind of like the first thing that shows up if you look up things to do on Marco. So I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
I mean, that's fair. It could just be the people that I know on Marco.
Okay, yeah.
They never really fully go out.
Yeah, you didn't know about Ottermount before either, so yeah. I guess I'm understanding.
Yeah, I mean, like newer people to Marco.
Okay.
You know,
I feel, but it's right by the beach.
It is by the beach, but I mean, do you normally just look over that way when you're going to the beach? Or are you eyes on the prize to the beach?
I pay attention to my surroundings, if that's what you're asking, yes.
I just want you to know a lot of people don't.
Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm thinking back to the past 22 years I've lived on this island, and you're right. I wouldn't be surprised if people didn't know that there's a mini golf course.
Like, I mean, I remember going there, you know, you go to the movies and then go to mini golf or vice versa because they're right there next to each other.
Usually what I would do if I go mini golfing, I would go mini golfing and then we'd go and watch the sunset on the beach. Which one of the things that's really fun about the mini golf course is at the end, at the ball return, you can put your golf ball into this like Plinko style thing, and if it falls into the right hole, you get a token to get your next golf game free, which is I had one of those in my wallet when it got stolen and I was very upset. The $285 could be replaced. The $5 off Mickle Bob's coupon and the free token for a mini golf game, those couldn't be replaced. The photos of my family. I didn't have any photos of my family in the wallet at the time.
I was about to be like, oh my goodness.
So some of the other things that we can just kind of go back and forth on this one.
Yeah, no, of course.
These are some things I asked on, let's see. Yeah, I asked on Facebook. It's like, so what are some things that y'all are planning on doing with your final week of summer break? And Deanna says, these are the calendars I always check for events: Collier County Museums, Collier Parks and Recreation, City of Marco Island Parks and Recreation, Neapolitan Family Magazine, Collier Libraries, and Paradise Coast Parent. I also keep tabs on Rookery Bay and Conservancy for Southwest Florida special events. So she also put this little handy-dandy list down here. Regal and Paragon Pavilion have $2 summer kids movies. Like for $2, during the day, I believe, I've personally never went to one of those. I would walk down to the movie theater pretty often when I was a kid. I remember back during COVID when they showed Shrek. That was great. But some of my earliest memories of Marco Island are like going down to Mission Plaza and going to the movie theater. So that's always a fun time. Movie days are a great way to keep the kids inside because It's so hot out. It's so incredibly hot out this time of year. In fact, one of the moms that I texted asking, it's like, what are you guys doing with your last week? So they're going up to Orlando for a little 4-day trip to finish off the final week of summer. So she told me that they are heading to Champions Gate in Orlando. There's a lot of options in the area for kids. So, I mean, if you wanted to go ahead and take a little final trip, a little last hoorah.
Orlando's always a really good place for those.
Yeah, 100%. Because, I mean, there's not, Orlando's not just Disney World and Universal. Mm-hmm. In fact, you can get into City Walk, which City Walk is a great place to go. Mm-hmm. There's
all the different restaurants.
Oh yeah, which I mean, I guess for kids, there's not a whole bunch in City Walk, but there's that. Is Champions Gate that little? I just remember every time I went to Disney, I would in the recent past. I would stay in this hotel that's right by this little area that's got like a bunch of like little rides, and it's like a fair. It's like a permanent fair, like probably about 6 or 7 miles. You're getting a call from Vicky if you need to answer it.
I don't think that I do.
Okay. Anyway.
Sorry, Vicky.
I'm keeping this in just for you, Vicky. But yeah, no, Orlando's fun, even if you don't have kids. Even if, I mean, you're just watching this podcast to go, it's like, well, what are them whippersnappers up to these days? Because they told me that initially they were going to go to St. Augustine. But
St. Augustine is beautiful.
But it's even hotter in St. Augustine
true.
now. Because it's kind of strange. I always thought that Florida has to be the hottest state, but it's really just the hottest and most humid state. Mm-hmm. And as you get further north, it's getting hotter, especially more inland, because we are so lucky on Marco. The hottest it ever gets is like 98. And I mean, my dad was telling me it was like 103 degrees up in Clifton, Tennessee.
Wow.
So
I couldn't picture that for Tennessee.
That's what most of the South is like. So we're actually pretty dang lucky here, except we walk outside and it's soup.
But back to school means that the dog days are almost over.
The dog days are almost over. Yeah, I cannot wait for it to start getting a little bit cool again. It'll be some good times. Mm-hmm. We're going to have to do a full episode on, like, maximizing your trick-or-treating for Marco Island. So, youngins, stay tuned for such things.
To kind of touch back on the movies you were talking about, I don't know if this happens the week before school or not, but one thing that I know does happen, at least I think once every month, is Mackle does a movie in the park.
Right.
And I love those. And I mean, like, even if it's a movie you've seen about 1,000 times, it's still just that aspect of being out in the park, the giant screen, being with everybody you love.
I remember watching Meet the Robinsons at one of the movie nights. The movie nights are great. I haven't seen any advertised, but if it's something that you don't know about, you definitely have to like take your kids out to it sometime, because it's probably the most community-driven event on Marco. Mm-hmm. The movie in the park is always great. I really think that. There's a fly in my coffee. Go on now, get out of here now. But yeah, you gotta worry because that's not coffee. The movies in the park are such a phenomenal time, and I highly recommend. I don't think that there's one going on this week, but instead of at the park, they've got middle school summer nights. Let's see, there is one more. August 2nd, has that already passed by the time we're recording?
I believe that was yesterday.
Well, oops. Oh, is that the YMCA last night? So I guess never mind. But other than the movies, the Come On Museum, the Children's Museum up in Naples, I've heard really good things about that. Did you ever go there when
I went there when I was younger, yeah.
Did you? Tell me about it, because I have no idea what it's about.
It's a very immersive space. very educating, but also very fun. I remember when I went there, it was like a field trip when I was in the 2nd grade.
Right.
Because I remember when part of it used to, like, it kind of started on Marco at the Art Center.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
I didn't
like
know
you
that.
would go there every weekend and they would have like a new science thing or a new art thing that you would do, and then they
Okay.
eventually built the giant thing in Naples.
I see,
And
yeah.
so we went there on a field trip, and they had like a little spot where you could pretend you're at a grocery store and everything, and like it would actually kind of ring up stuff, you know, show you how all that worked. There was different parts, like it's very interactive and fun.
That reminds me. Did you ever go to Wanna-Do City when you were a kid?
To what a who what?
To Wanna-Do City?
Where is that?
I think it was in Fort Lauderdale. So Wanna-Do City, if it's still open, wait, I'm Googling it right
I'm
now.
like you have Google
I
at your
have
fingertips.
I have the entirety of human civilization's knowledge sitting right here. I got to use it. You just looked up the local Doppler radar.
I wonder why.
Your local Doppler radar. Yeah, it's still raining. I just saw movement over there, and I didn't realize it was your legs.
No, oh my gosh, there's so many no-seums right now, so I
are there?
apologize to all of my video viewers currently
let's
watching
see.
me scratch myself.
Wanna do. Okay, it's in Sunrise, Florida. Oh,
Let me
it
see,
closed in 2011. Let me see. Did they ever close its doors for
Why
good
did
in
it close?
2011? I don't know. Probably a lawsuit. So, Wanna-Do City was an indoor role-playing amusement center in Sawgrass Mills. So, basically, it was this city inside this warehouse, right? And it felt like
Free candy.
hold on. So as a kid, you could walk through there, and there was a bunch of different businesses that you could get hired at for free labor. So it was like you could go to the bakery, and there would be someone teaching you how to make bread, and you'd get to take the dough and eat the bread. And then you could go be a firefighter, and like you have a hose and you have to spray down the fire and stuff like that. You could be a cop, a bunch of things. Let's see. Careers in which the citizens could participate included, but were not limited to, firefighter, police officer, lawyer, physician, TV reporter, singer, actor, and model. They could also be issued money, wongas, to set up bank accounts. You could set up bank accounts at Wanna-Do City?
What could you not do at Wanna-Do City is the question. Kill someone?
Yeah. So, let's see. Due to financial problems and lack of business, Wanna-Do City was sold by Stampler Auctions on January 11th, 2011. Wanna-Do City closed the following day and was replaced with a new wing of stores called Fashion Row in 2013.
How?
Dang. That was... I wonder if Grupo is still doing stuff. They're not. Dang.
Back to Marco.
Yeah, Wanna-Do City was one of the most fun times I had growing up in South Florida. But yeah, that was a great little weekend. Unfortunately, it don't exist no more. So you said back to Florida, didn't you? Back to Marco, yeah. So other than the Come On Museum, there's the Bird Gardens of Naples.
I've
Free.
never heard of that.
It's free, and you can bring blueberries, almonds, and green beans to feed the birds. They have a donation box if you'd like to leave something on your way out, but it's not required. It's mostly shady, but bring bug spray. It's near Big Corkscrew Island Regional Park. We made a day trip out of it, and it's about an hour drive from Marco.
Huh.
That's
Not bad.
this is still from Deanna's comment. The Bird Gardens of Naples. Do you want to look up about that and see if there's anything that you can glean from it? Because I remember going to like the Naples Botanical Gardens.
I remember the
growing
Botanical
up.
Gardens, yeah.
The first time I went was on a field trip back in 3rd grade. Ooh. Is that the all clear, or is that the it's still going to rain signal? That is the all clear. That means that the worst is over.
Wow, this is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it goes 3 times. So, what was it called? What was it called again?
So it was called the Bird Gardens of Naples. You have to book a tour, like a time online, but it's free.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Or they do public tours on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, cool. So there's still time.
There is still time. It's been open since 2011.
Can I see some pictures?
Yeah, they have approximately 200 birds at every given time.
Really? Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
Here, let's find some photos.
I feel like I need to
It's
make
really
some...
cool. They have like a lot of those parrots.
Oh, cool.
And things. I would love to go.
That's such a good idea.
But the botanical garden's cool too.
Yeah, the botanical gardens are fun, but this is great that it's free. Speaking of free, isn't the first Saturday of every month at the Naples Zoo free?
It is, yeah.
I mean, if you haven't been to the Naples Zoo, that is like a must for kids. Because I remember...
Go early.
Go early. Why go early, do you say?
I say go early because there's so much stuff to do. You can do the different
Oh,
boat
yeah,
things
yeah.
to the monkeys. You can feed the giraffes. You can see like everything. And to really kind of enjoy everything, I feel like you have to go early.
I got peed on by a lion.
How did you get peed on by a lion?
So lions mark their territory by spraying urine great distances.
How far can they spray?
Like 20 feet. I was standing there. I was there with my dad and my sister. And my dad and sister had walked a little bit ahead. And I'm standing there. And then all of a sudden, I look, and the male lion had gotten up on his rock, turned around, pointed himself directly towards me, and just... When I tell you, it was the most wretched stench I've ever experienced, except for a rotten watermelon that I opened when I was like 11.
Was it like a fence? I thought they had like big glass.
Oh, no, not with the lions at that time, at least. It was like a fence. Because they had like a moat, and then a fence, and then another moat. So the lions couldn't, escape. But yeah, no, there are portions at the Naples Zoo, because do you remember when Eco the tiger got killed? Yeah, so that guy just was like, kitty, and just put his arm into the tiger exhibit.
Oh, wow.
So there's fences at the Naples Zoo. There's some areas where, like, when you can actually get up close, like as a child, like I'm not saying there's going to be another Harambe situation and kids are just going to be jumping into lion exhibits willy-nilly, but like where you're actually going, there's like glass and stuff. That's the best for like that little bear house and for the tigers.
The little bears are so cute.
Yeah, they have capybaras at the zoo now.
Really?
Yeah, with capybaras, if you don't know, they're like the king of the rodents. There's some of the cutest little animals. They're known as the coconut dogs, because their faces are like shaped like coconuts, and their I guess pelt is that of a coconut variety. Yeah.
Nice.
But so yeah, that's another really... Oh yeah, it's for residents. August 3rd. Okay, so that was this past Saturday, I believe. That
August 3rd would be today, wouldn't it? Can we look
Saturday,
at a calendar?
August 3rd. Saturday, August 3rd. August.
So
yeah,
weird.
today is August 5th. Happy birthday, James. Your birthday was on Saturday. Happy birthday, Keon. Your birthday will be on Saturday.
Half the time I don't even know what day it is. I just wake up and do.
I have to know what day it is, because my schedule is so dependent on what day it is. Friday, nothing. Saturday, nothing. Sunday, super early. And then I'm out of work by the afternoon. Monday, normal 9 to 5. Tuesday, 9 to 2, break. 5:30 to like 9. That's the same on Wednesday. Thursday, 9 to 5. I have a weird schedule, but I love it. I love my afternoons on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. There's nothing like it. But
Nice.
let's see. The Kids Bowl free. Where do Kids Bowl free? I see this Kids Bowl free here, but I'm assuming...
I think it used to be at Nemo's.
Oh. Have you ever been to 10K Alley?
I've not yet. No, I really want to go. It's like the arcade, all that.
We could do an episode with Mikey at 10K Alley probably as well, or with Anthony.
That'd
Because
be
Anthony
fun.
manages 10K Alley. 10K Alley, if y'all haven't been there or haven't heard of it, I wouldn't blame you because it's inside the Marriott. It is, I think it cuts off to a certain age at a certain time. I know Cicero's down the street definitely does that.
Yeah,
But
I don't think that 10K does.
yeah, it's like a mini Dave and Buster's. It's
It's on the 5th floor, so you got to go in.
that,
And, like-
that's wild that you know that.
Well,
Yeah, but oh, don't your boyfriend works at the Marriott. Okay, that makes more sense now. We're gonna have to do like a little series on the Marriott.
yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
Go to each place.
That would be really cool.
But for the Marriott, for like adults and children, you're more than welcome to go to certain parts of the Marriott. I know you can't really get into the pools and like get those like beach
But
access
10K
things.
you can
but
go.
the restaurants you can go to, and that's like one thing I don't think a lot of people that are new to the
I love
island
Cane's.
realize.
I like Cane's a lot. That's where Keon works. That's a fun
It's like
restaurant
right on the
there,
beach.
Yeah. And then they've got the fire spinners and stuff like that. So if you're gonna go eat on the beach somewhere, I would recommend that over some other places.
And I believe the fire spinner normally comes out always at like 8:30.
Okay, that's good knowledge to know. I did not know that. Knowledge
Normally,
to
like
know.
a horn will go off probably like a couple minutes before,
Oh.
but it's not like an alarm kind of horn. It's one of those like
Like a
cool
bugle,
ones.
like a shofar, like a like
See,
a
when you
ram's
said
horn.
a bugle, for some reason my mind thought like the chips.
Well,
They're in the shape.
Yeah.
I understand that. I understand that, but like I just saw somebody like taking a little chip and going.
no, Tim just go. That would be funny. But yeah, Kids Bowl free. I think at what's it called, Bowland?
Bowling, yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's off Radio Road up in Naples.
Yes. There's a couple bowling alleys in Naples. I know one of them they were thinking about tearing down and turning into something else.
They are, yeah. That
Are
one's off
they?
41.
What are they doing there? Do you know?
I think they're turning it into condos. Because my stepmom actually bowls there in a league, and she has to
In a
switch
league?
In a league, she
Oh my
actually has
goodness.
to switch to the other bowling
that's
alley
stupid.
because
That sucks.
I think that happens this month too. Yeah.
Dang. Let's see. River Park Aquatic Center. It's by Baker Park. Do you want to look up what that is? River Park Aquatic Center. I've never heard of that before. But and you know, if you're, I've some of my friends who have like younger siblings, they're like middle school aged siblings will often like just go fishing on weekdays and stuff like that. I mean, as long go fishing with like your younger children, but if your kids are like 12 to 14, let them go fishing on their own. If they love doing it, it's such a great idea. Giving your kids a little bit of privacy sometimes is always great. Letting them go and do stuff on their own. Because I remember some of my greatest experiences as a youth. Like I'm talking like ages like 13 to 16, like around there, but like or more like 13 to 15 before I'm driving and stuff like that, was just walking to my friends' houses and us just hanging out all day. It's always good to make sure that they're staying out of trouble, which is where like Life 360 and stuff like that comes in. But so what is the River Park Aquatic Center?
So from what I'm gathering, it looks like it's the one in Golden Gate.
Okay.
Which is basically just like a couple different courts and like pools.
Okay. Wait, can I see it really quick?
If I'm not mistaken, it's that one. But it also reminded me
Oh.
that Sun and Fun exists.
I thought Sun and Fun shut down.
Did it?
It
I
might
thought it
have.
only shut down like during season.
Well, let me see. Let's look. Earlier today, your other tabs from things I was telling you in the McDonald's drive-through line. That's next week's episode. So look at that. Wait for that.
Mickey's.
Let's see. What was I about to look up? Sun and Fun Lagoon, because I loved Sun and Fun as a kid.
I loved it too.
Sun and Fun.
I thought they were like revamping it a little.
It is temporarily closed.
Oh.
So let's see. I'm gonna look and see if they've got their website.
But the YMCA here also has pools and stuff.
Yeah, but that's more of like a lap pool. Yeah, they're renovating right now. There's at Eagle Lakes Park, Donna Fiala Eagle Lakes Park, right off the island. If you take, once you get to the Collier 41 intersection, you turn left onto 41, and it's probably only about 5 to 10 minutes up the road on the right side, across the street from the like Michoacana ice cream and Ghirardelli's, or I think it's called Ghirardelli's, the Mexican restaurant in there, where Morning Star Music used to be, if y'all are familiar with that. But Hitching Post Plaza, it's across the street from Hitching Post Plaza, I believe that's called. There's a water park there, and I think it's only like $2.
Yeah, it's something very cheap.
Which I would go and walk sometimes at night at Donna Fiala, which makes me feel like I'm in a horror movie or whatever, just because it can be a little spooky there at night. It can be a little spooky there at night. But there's already enough echo from us being inside this pavilion right now, which also. Jordan, clap really quick. Look at that.
It's beautiful.
We've got maybe we should make good evening Marco, because this is great. Also, this is where we're recording. But
during the headlight mode.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy walking at Eagle Lakes, and I've honestly, it looks like so much fun at that little water park there. I think it's like $10 for adults, $2 for kids, and you get the whole day there.
I remember it was fairly cheap. I used to go when I was in high school because one of my friends was a lifeguard there.
Oh, okay. I went there once in 8th grade. So in 8th grade, we did we would always do a trip. It was first we did the trip to that, I think it was 6th grade. The end of the year trip for, I think, 6th graders was to go to that water park all together as a class. And then 8th grade, we'd go to Key West. But do you remember that? Did you go to... Okay, do you remember if it was 6th or 8th grade?
6th grade, I don't think it was that one, though. I think in 6th grade, I went to the one over by Golden Gate.
Okay.
The water park over by Golden Gate.
I remember Sun and Fun went to in 5th grade. End of the school year, we went to Sun and Fun in 5th grade. 7th grade.
You get nothing.
You get nothing. It's hard being a 7th grader. You're like 12 or 13, and you put in your long day with your Algebra 1 or 7th grade remedial math, who cares? And your 7th grade English class and your civics. You gotta go take the citizenship test, and they don't even let you go to a water park at the end of the year. Oh, boy.
I like that. That was a good bit.
Thank you. We're losing light here quick. Let me look at what we got going on.
Well, I mean, for Marco too, what I used to do, I was probably elementary when I first started going around on my bike all around Marco. But like even just bike riding around is pretty fun. You know, skateboarding around the little lake here at Mackle is fun. But there's a lot of outdoor activities.
I wish that me and my friends did a little bit more of a kids on bikes type thing when I was young, because like that's. I was reminiscing with my friend Keaton, who, if you look up the Pickle Jar podcast, I was reminiscing with him when he was here, and we were like, we walked everywhere because I didn't know how to ride a bike. We walked everywhere, and he's like, imagine how much more we could have gotten done if you knew how to ride a bike. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's like, I'm sorry, I was a fat kid. I didn't know what I was doing.
See, I love riding my bike so much that when I watched Stranger Things and they're all on their bikes, I felt seen. I was like, oh my goodness, this is the best thing ever. And then I relived that moment recently in Chicago.
Oh, nice.
When we all rented bikes. So if you're on the island, rent bikes if you don't own them.
Island bike
or
rental,
like
and then also the Chamberlains do a lot of bike rental stuff. That's a great thing to do as well. I'm thinking, I something for next summer, because we are kind of heading up the final week right here, so it's like not a lot of time.
it's got to be
do
action-packed
much.
week.
Yeah. So there's a ton of camps that are going to be going on next year. I know for us, like in the current time, not when this is posted. Today was the show for the YMCA summer camp, YMCA theater camp, which also, if you're looking for something to do during the school year, starting up in just a couple of weeks here, I'm going to be directing a theater camp at the YMCA. You can go on to marcoymca.org, I think. I'll also have a link to it on my website under the acting section. That is ryanmsullivan.com. But yeah, no, it's totally fun. It's fun to do acting as a kid. So that's something that is you missed out on it this summer. It's something that you can do on Saturdays for 8 weeks, which there are 3 sessions of those throughout the year. There's one session during the fall. I wanted to call it the fall era, but like the fall winter semester, and then there's 2 in the spring semester. There's going to be one starting in, I believe, January, and then one starting in March, and then of course the week long at the summer camp. What was your what do you wish that you had to be able to do as a kid on Marco? Like, okay, wait, I worded that so strangely. Is there anything that kids these days have at their fingertips that they could do with their summer that you wish you would have been able to do?
Honestly, the only thing that really comes to my mind, even then this doesn't fully come to my mind. When I was like in middle school, high school, I would have loved the kava bar.
Oh, yeah.
But like when I was younger, I probably would have been
Nothing really is coming to mind?
No, like honestly, I don't really fully know what's different. I mean, I don't remember
That's
if
true.
10K was here when I was younger.
10K was not.
Because
10K
I mean, I
is
would
very
have loved to try that.
10K is incredibly new in the grand scheme of things. I think it went in like 2017.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, 10K would have been
I mean, that
great.
probably would have been the one thing I wanted to do.
That would have been, yeah, no,
like
thinking
imagine
back,
like a Chuck E. Cheese on Marco. Like,
yeah, which it's like an upscale Chuck E. Cheese. It's even an upscale Dave and Buster's, honestly.
Really good
it's just a lot
food.
smaller than like Dave and Buster's or Chuck E. Cheese or something like that. But they got like skee ball and a bunch of things like that. Jordan, I have a little surprise for you, unless you have anything else that you want to talk about really quick.
Well, I was just gonna say that the Everglades exist too, and I think it'd be really cool if people were able to squeeze in a couple of like airboat tours or like go to
Absolutely.
the Skunk Ape Museum.
Absolutely. Okay, so when I was a kid, I would love to go on like skunk ape expeditions out in the Everglades. We'll have a photo that comes up here of me with my binoculars and my my skunk ape T-shirt and my skunk ape hat that Trenton recently told me they don't even sell anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I went out there all the time. That was one of my favorite things to do.
I'm kind of nervous for this surprise.
Jordan, you know that I used to have a YouTube channel when I was a kid, right? Mm-hmm. So I made a pretty cool video when I believe I was in 7th grade called Make Your Summer. It was the first back. I had a very specific upload schedule where I would do one video a week. I did every single Wednesday. And I believe it was the first, I uploaded this 8 years ago.
Wow.
I have not seen this in years. Like, I have no idea what's in this video, and immediately I'm about to lose it. We're going to watch this on your phone, and I'm going to splice it in, and we're going to react to this.
Okay, bet. Game.
I'm going to take a single earmuff off.
Likewise.
And immediately, this is when I was in middle school. How do you like that beginning frame?
It's pretty good.
All right, and this is Make Your Summer from the Ryan Sullivan YouTube channel. You can find it. There will be a link in the description and the show notes on Spotify, Apple, everywhere like that. Look at this. This is great.
Let's do this.
So this is my old intro. I did this stop motion on my iPad. My blue screen that I had was my floor. I was lying on my floor and I keyframed it out.
The internet and beyond.
That's what I said every single video.
Summer vacation. Just realized this is actually the first video in a while that I actually have to create something.
Well, I don't know
Last
what
time
that's
I did
referencing at all.
Procrastination.
Oh yeah. The last couple episodes were
Not a very
like Loot Crate
effective follow.
unboxings
Gonna
and
get
stuff.
right to the point
I did
here.
this
Best thing about
every
summer
single
is,
week.
God, nothing you have to worry about for a little while. You can do whatever you want. School's over.
I think this was the summer between 7th and 8th grade.
Love the
What if you
MICMS
didn't
shirt.
like oysters? Never mind my metaphor, but you know, where would it, huh?
The Minecraft
Personally,
torch.
hypothetical person. I don't like oysters either. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about summer.
I did this with
Anything
the
you
camera
want.
angles all the time.
Drink coffee.
Haha!
It's really cold.
I love how it didn't dribble.
Yeah.
Do you make it? Do you make it? You made
I did.
it!
I think that
How many
was like
times
the
did you take
fifth.
it?
One take.
Keep track of how many cups of coffee you have over your lifetime.
I remember I told you about this earlier today.
You did tell me about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I
That'll
hit-
be in like next
I
week's
hit
episode.
I hit like
Another thing
150.
that you do over the summer is try and accomplish long-term
I still
goals.
do this. Goodness.
Like, for me, trying to...
Is your phone on a selfie stick?
Yes, it is.
and,
Also, I got those sunglasses from my
find out
grandpa.
where your camera went 'cause it won't stop moving around.
Oh my god, that's so stupid. That shirt I got from a Loot Crate. From the first Loot Crate I ever got. And also,
Grapes watch YouTube.
I still do that. Some things haven't changed.
Watch birds.
I also watch birds still. That was at the Methodist Church parking lot.
Watch your reading teacher dance.
Oh, this was at the 8th grade dance. That's Mr. Lindsay dancing.
I was gonna say that looks like Mr.
Okay, so
Lindsay.
this was 8th grade between freshman year.
Someone else dance.
Is that? Oh, that's Dominic Moeller. Oh my goodness.
How did you do that?
I'm a very talented editor, Jordan, and I've always
You've
have
done it
been.
for your whole life.
Yes.
I see that now.
Also, this room is almost exactly the same right now, except there's a drum set and
it
a
looks
dog
pretty
in
cool.
there. What am I doing? Oh, we had a tomato plant.
Do some magic tricks.
I didn't know how to do magic, but I had a bunny that I pulled out my. I did pull a bunny out of my head.
That's kind of dirty.
Yeah.
Plan
Kinda
a party
dirty.
to burn all your schoolwork, but end up getting rained out, so just having a fire later yourself.
Oh, I remember that. I was very upset about
Pretty
that.
lit. Get it? Realize that you're very quickly wasting away your entire summer vacation looking at memes and watching YouTube videos.
I that's just my life now. You know what I stole this music from? I stole this from a Filthy Frank video.
Who's Filthy Frank?
Oh, Joji. You know Joji, like the musician guy.
Oh, yes.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! That's so bad. I'm waterboarding myself for
Is that
some
the ice
reason.
bucket
I don't know.
challenge?
No, this was before the ice bucket challenge. This is so bad. This has 93 views. I don't know why. I don't know
Because
who
it's
allowed me to
random
do
and
this.
funny.
Look at the
The
yellow
acting
submarine poster
skills.
and the yellow submarine lava lamp.
If only they could see your yellow submarine phone case.
I know that's me back in. I would be so proud of where I am today.
I'm afraid that this is going to be just like any other summer I've ever had. It's away into absolute nothingness. Afraid of something that isn't something yet. But we can't let this stop us.
Oh,
We can't let this
the
possibility
joke was
bring
that the
us
camera
down.
kept going,
Just because there is a looming possibility of failure.
and you can hear it slowly get
doesn't
further
mean
away.
There will be. Allow me to leave you with 4 quick
What if I just said,
words.
allow me to leave you, and I just faded out of
Make
existence?
a great summer. Bye bye, it's the bye bye song.
Can you play ukulele?
Now I can. I couldn't back then. What do you think?
I think it explains a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
We're rapidly losing.
Oh,
I was just going to say we're
Let
rapidly
there be
losing
light.
light here. I'm glad that the last 5 minutes where it was super dark, we were watching a YouTube video the whole time.
it was perfect.
Yeah.
Setting the mood.
So, Jordan, what do you think?
I think I'll leave you.
Wait, now actually get out of frame really quick. So I can actually like do it in the editing. No! Oh! Okay, come back. That's so funny because it actually happened. Like, you actually just faded out of existence. I think I'll leave you.
Did you miss me?
And isn't it so fun? I legitimately haven't seen this in years. And our podcast ends the same way my YouTube video did. Jordan, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, JGKraley03, Poetic Paths _, and Good Morning Marco Podcast. Where can they find you, Ryan?
They can find me on Instagram at ryan.sullivan2002, or you can find all of my links on ryanmsullivan.com. There you can find information on this podcast, my other podcasts, and a lot of my other side projects that I'm constantly working on. So you can find me there. And then also you can find Good Morning Marco anywhere you get your podcasts. We are on all audio platforms. We are on YouTube. So those of you who are audio listeners, thank you so much for listening. Those of you who are watching on YouTube today, thank you so much for watching. Is there anything else that you think that you need to say to all the people out there?
Yeah, so one of the other episodes we've recorded, when I asked you this, it felt like you went on the longest tangent of where people could find you. So I thought you were going to do that again, and all I could see in my mind was all of those things, like scrolling and reading through like Star Wars.
Just like the Star Wars.
Yes.
That's so funny. I could keep going.
All I really got to say is good evening, Marco.
Oh yeah, good evening. Yeah, no. So this has been a rich, full day. We shoot in blocks. So this is the third episode we've recorded today. You'll see those other 2 episodes next Monday and the following Monday. New episodes release every Monday at 6 a.m. I think it really is time to end because there's some kids on bikes.
Yeah. That's summer for you.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. Thank
Bye,
you so much for watching.
guys.
We'll catch you next week.
Have a good summer.
Bye. Make a great summer. And have fun at school when you go back. Haha. I don't have to go back to school. I work every day.